Okay, now here on Startup Central, we have been putting the spotlight on all of those civilians, on all the new age COVID warriors that have volunteered their time and money for just one purpose, and that is to fight coronavirus. United we stand, divided we fall. And this is something the startups have really come together to do. There's, for example, the ACT grants, which you know has the backing of Accel, Sequoia, leading founders that are working with Swast and NGO. Another startup which has been doing a lot of work is Ola. They have collaborated with GiveIndia. We're now being joined by Gaurav Porwal, the COO of Ola, as well as Atul Satija, the CEO at GiveIndia. Thanks, guys, for being a part of Startup Central. Gaurav, I'll come to you first. You know, a lot of the founders, a lot of the startups I talk to right now, they're saying first up, it's lives, and it's lives of our employees, of our vendors, and so on. Business will have to take a back seat. Has that been the case for Ola? You know, shared mobility has, of course, taken a back seat. So are you doing this out of choice? Are you doing this to give back? What exactly are you doing?
First of all, thank you so much for having us on the show. Clearly, you know, when you are seeing, so much of suffering all around you, and if, you have the privilege of being there across the country, having your presence, and you have the privilege to make an impact, right? So it's your duty. We feel it's our duty to be contributing to this cause. And and of course, there are a lot of things that one can do. Everybody is contributing in their own ways. And when we sort of connected with GiveIndia, you know, there was this very interesting proposition that we could think of, that we are in the business of moving people and things. And if we can move one of the most important things currently, which are the oxygen concentrators, we thought that, you know, this is something that we can really put our weight behind and do a lot of impact across the country, right? So yes, business aside, business of course has taken a hit, but we have seen the business recover very well after the first wave. We expect the same happening after the second wave. Hopefully there'll be no more waves. But as a responsible company, who has gotten a lot of love from this country and its people, I think it's just our duty to give back whatever we can and whatever we are best, in doing.
Okay. So if I can now come to you, Atul, as you pay it forward, as you give back, tell us a few of the initiatives that you have taken, for example, with unicorns like Ola.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me here as well. I think the idea for this initiative and the partnership was very simple. We were starting to see that a lot of people were feeling that tomorrow, if they need oxygen, they may or may not get it. And the idea was born from that need to signal to people that, hey guys, we are trying to work very hard to make sure that we have the oxygen concentrators available in the country. There will be, hopefully very soon, not any dearth of OCs in the country. So how do you signal it, right? If all of us out of fear start buying and keeping it in the house, there won't be enough. But if we all share, there is enough for everyone, because you want oxygen concentrators to rotate. I use it when I need it. When I don't need it, I return it. So next person in line can use it. So when we shared the idea and started brainstorming, Ola came forward and said, look, guys, we have the access, the platform, the reach available to make it very, very easy for people to consume. And we had already started making significant investments in making sure that we are able to procure oxygen concentrators in a meaningful fashion so that people can consume it. So idea here is very simple. Idea is to signal to people that, guys, everybody is very, very working hard to bring oxygen. We have it available in the country, and we will give it to you when you need it. And when you don't, please return it so we can help the person next in line. So it's sufficiency of oxygen to me.
And in fact, Gaurav, that's where, someone like Ola can actually play a really massive role because, for example, I'm from Delhi, we had a massive, massive crisis. And I'm happy to say today things have normalized. Things have normalized in Mumbai. Karnataka now, of course, has the most active cases for COVID, but there are other smaller towns which are suffering. And that's where Ola can really help with the kind of network that you have.
Absolutely, and that's the point that, some cities are going to be in a difficult situation as compared to other cities. We are operating in 200 plus cities, and our attempt is that, we can go wherever we are and help out as much as possible, right? And and there is no significant effort that needs to be done from the side of, the patients, because millions of people have Ola app installed on their phones. They can access it very easily, and they can reach out to us very easily. So yes, it was. It's something that we can do at scale, because of the reach that we already have.
So, before I let you go also, Gaurav, Joe Biden has recently tweeted that if you travel in an Uber or a Lyft, which are their large taxi aggregators in the US, it'll be free of charge for vaccines. Is that something that Ola would do?
I hope that, government also announces something like that here, that those rides can be made free. We are currently looking at different other ways as well, to help people out to get their vaccinations. I'm not sure whether we can make it free, but we'll try to see if the experience itself of getting vaccination, getting appointments and everything can be made a little easier, right? So there are some ideas on the table. We are working on them. But for now, the entire focus is on O2 for India to get oxygen concentrators of people, those who need it.
We're running out of time. So Atul, before I let you go, do you want to just tell us a little bit of the kind of money that you have managed to raise, and those that are donating, can they actually track what's happening to the donations? Because you need to have transparency as well.
Absolutely. I think as a platform, we make sure that every single donor, any donor donates on GiveIndia platform, is tracked all the way to the last mile and the impact that the dollar makes. So that way, there is full transparency of every single donation that we get on the platform. We also give reports to every donor for every single project that they have donated to, whether it is for food, dry rations, cash relief to people who have lost a loved one to, say, COVID, medical care, equipment, concentrators, or whatever it may be. So there is full transparency on the platform for every dollar, all the way to the report of the entire COVID fund, as well as to the reports of individual programs that we run there. What we are doing right now in COVID relief is there are 3 or 4 different initiatives we are running. A very large one is making sure that we have enough supply of oxygen concentrators, cylinders, even PSA plants in the country in smaller cities where we can make it sufficient for a hospital to serve their patients. That's one part. There is also oxygen management that we are doing with Ola Foundation, the O2 for India initiative. We are also working on humanitarian work, which is around food and dry rations to people in smaller cities where a lot of people are affected because of their livelihoods going away due to COVID. And we are also providing 30,000 rupees cash relief to everyone who's lost somebody to COVID, which is obviously not anywhere close to the loss that the family has, but a small a way in which we can make sure that while they are battling a larger problem, we can ease some pressure on the financial side. So these are the kind of initiatives we are running. We have support coming from a lot of global community. We have lakhs of donors that have already come forward in the last 4 weeks to support our ICRF, the India COVID Response Fund 2 that we are doing this year. Whether it is celebrities that have come forward like Priyanka Chopra, Rakul Preet, Jay Shetty, Lara Datta, and the entire support from Bollywood and cricketers that have come forward and done. Or it is foundations that we have come forward to support us, from Walmart to Fairfax to many others, or corporates in India like Google and many others have supported this as well. So I think it's been an amazing sort of overwhelming support from across the globe, including the support from within the country that's made this possible for us.
Well, that is why we're calling. Well, that is why we've got you both on the show, and we're calling you the new age COVID heroes. Didn't want to discuss business with you. Want to discuss the larger fight, which is of course against coronavirus. This time you have the underlying theme of inflation, which is why things are such a bigger problem this time compared to last year. And this time the tragedies have been far more and personal. With that, I'd like to thank both of you for taking the time out and for joining us here. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap. We'll see you same time tomorrow.